Ocean marine life. Surface OM. Mesopelagic zone. Bathypelagic zone. Abyssopelagic zone. Hadalpelagic zone. The world's oceans contain an enormous number of diverse organisms, many of which have unique characteristics permitting them to adapt to life in deep water. Oceanographers have divided the ocean depths into 5 distinct levels, each distinguished by differences in depth, pressure, light, temperature, oxygen level, and mineral nutrients that these creatures dwell in. From the surface to the ocean floor, these levels are the epipelagic, mesopelagic, bathypelagic, abyssopelagic, and hadalpelagic zones. The epipelagic zone occupies the top layer of the ocean and extends from the surface to approximately 200 meters beneath it. The vast majority of marine organisms, including most commercial fish species and many marine mammals, reside here. One reason for the teeming diversity of life is the abundance of phytoplankton, which serves as a nutrition source for countless marine organisms. As smaller species consume phytoplankton, they, in turn, are food sources for larger species. In addition, the world's coral reefs, which serve as special ecological regions where myriad marine life dwells, are found in the epipelagic zone. The next layer is the mesopelagic zone, which extends from roughly 200 to 1,000 meters underneath the surface. Marine biologists also call it the twilight zone due to the lack of sunlight. It is a murky world, so phytoplankton cannot survive there because they depend on sunlight to produce food through photosynthesis. This lack of a nutrient food base does not hamper the existence of life though. Some of the more common species there are giant squid, jellyfish, the lanternfish, and the bristlemouth fish. Many creatures also migrate to the upper epipelagic zone to consume food at night and then descend deeper during daylight hours. And others survive on marine snow, the particles of decaying dead organisms that sink from the upper layers. Two scientists have trouble studying many of these creatures in detail. What they currently know is that most have internal bladders filled with gases to help them maintain buoyancy. If a species is quickly brought to the surface, the pressure change causes the gases to expand rapidly, bursting the bladder and killing the animal. Under the mesopelagic zone is the bathypelagic zone, which extends 4,000 meters beneath the surface. It is sometimes referred to as the midnight zone due to its extreme darkness and is a region of extreme pressure, freezing temperatures, and low oxygen and nutrient levels. However, some creatures, such as the bristlemouth fish and the humpbacked anglerfish, dwell there. Most of the marine life forms in this zone have adapted to the extreme pressure by having elongated bodies with weak muscles and cartilage skeletons that bend but do not break under the pressure. Many creatures in this region feed on marine snow or are predators that use bioluminescence to attract prey. These animals have serrated teeth and hinged jaws that expand wide to allow them rapidly to draw in any unwary fish swimming by. The fourth layer is the abyssopelagic zone, which extends down to 6,000 meters or wherever the water meets the ocean floor. Oceanographers estimate that more than 80% of the world's ocean waters comprise this zone. Extreme pressure, freezing cold temperatures, and no sunlight are hallmarks of this region, so there is a lack of diversity in the life forms dwelling there. Many creatures there depend on marine snow for food or simply prey on other animals. They have also adapted to the deep water and the pressure by having weak, flexible bodies, gas bladders to let them maintain buoyancy, and wide mouths and expansive stomachs that enable them to consume as much food as possible whenever they find it. Many also have very large eyes or utilize bioluminescence to find their way around in the dark. Most species in this zone, including various types of shellfish, eels, and octopuses, live near the ocean floor. The final area is the hadalpelagic zone, which extends into the deepest trenches found on the ocean floor all the way down to 1,100 meters beneath the surface. Despite the extreme cold and pressure, some life forms survive there. Among them are the amphipod, a form of tiny crustacean, the snailfish, a gelatinous species, and the cusk eel, which is known for being the creature that lives at the greatest depth. Found in some animals' bioluminescence, the production of light by a living creature.